Hi everyone, I'm here with my daily video, and today is going to be more planning stuff. This one was a little bit of a special request from a few different folks. I've had a lot of people ask me what some of my favorite planning tools or like supplies or kind of go-tos are. So I guess you could say this is going to be a little bit of like a frequently asked questions sort of a Q&A video, or at least like me providing responses for some of the questions that I've gotten just from people in the planner community, or even just in the comments just across all of my videos that I've been doing in my daily videos. If you would like to see a whole slew of my absolute most favorite kind of planning tools and supplies and things, and it's a lot that I'm going to show you, like across all different types of brands and all different sorts of things that I like to use kind of regularly when I do planning. And clearly, as evidenced by the content of this channel, I do a lot of planning stuff. So it's a major part of my job, kind of doing like project management and like design work and consulting and things like that, kind of in the line of professional work, and previously as a professional educator. So I have a lot of tools and things to show you, and if you would like to see some of my most favorite kind of tools to use when I do planning, I would love to share those things with you. So stick around for the video and we can look at those things together. So let's go ahead and watch the video. So things I'm going to share with you are going to be just kind of in no particular order, just because I really wasn't sure what order to kind of go in. I'm going to show you all different things, including different like binder or binding or like planning page vessels, and I guess that's a weird way to say something, but a vessel in the art world basically means like a sort of something that holds other things. So when I say like a planning vessel, which like I said, it's like a totally kind of antiquated and dorky way to talk about like a planner binder, but that's basically what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show you like Fauxdori Travelers Notebook style like covers, as much as the personal size planner cover that I have shown you before, like binder, and then an A5 size one, and then a letter size one. I'm also going to show you my favorite paper punch for like disc bound, kind of arc bound, some favorite writing utensils and tools and things, some of my favorite types of stickers to use, some other stuff, like one that's a little bit of like a tech, sort of like a technology thing, and maybe some like storage stuff, and then some other kind of planning tools, like paper insert style things that I don't necessarily like design and then sell. I sell planner inserts myself, mostly because I found that through the years, the way that I do planning, or even the way that my students have needed to do planning in the classroom, that there are just certain like planning worksheets or written productivity tools that just don't exist out there in the market. And since I am a former classroom teacher, and especially an art and design teacher, and then I do a lot of like higher level and professional sort of design work and project management, the way that I approach planning, I think of it as as a mode of doing something. So that's in part actually why I design planner inserts, because most of what you'll find in my Etsy shop, and I'll link that in the description bar, it comes from a lot of research and a lot of trial and error of me trying to use other people's planner inserts and them not working out for me for very specific sorts of reasons. Just because the way that I learned how to do design work and how to do like creative process is I actually learned in the way that is approach called intuitive design, and it's the same approach that the Apple brand uses. It's the same approach that actually the Pixar company uses in order to critique and produce any of their films. Intuitive design and visual design, the way that I approach those things, it's by way of those same kind of major kind of corporations and creative companies. So that's a little bit of just like a preface of before I kind of get into showing you things. And like I said, this is going to be kind of in random order, so I'm sorry about that. I wasn't really sure how to go about this. Just thanks in advance for kind of bearing with me, and also for like the weird lighting, just because doing this at an odd time during the day, just because I needed to take a break from like my regular kind of working mom sort of stuff, and it's not always easy for me to plan for breaks when I'm having to manage my schedule against kind of other people's schedules. So let's just go ahead and get started with something that's like the first thing that I'm seeing kind of as I have around me, that I'll show you. So one of the first and most essential things, and this might sound kind of bizarre, is it really helps me a lot to use motivational stickers in my planner. This is from a company by the name, or not a company, well, I guess a company, like a brand of shop, by the name of Peggy Dale or Peggy Dalle, and I've shared this before in like other kind of planner videos, and this is from Michael's Recollections. So I just wanted to show you these two just because you can get motivational stickers from really any place at this point when it comes to planner stuff. Me and My Big Ideas, the Happy Planner, has awesome motivational stickers, and you can even do just scrapbook stickers, which is another kind of big thing that I like to have as a general sort of a thing. Like these are from, I think these are from Me and My Big Ideas, the Happy Planner, I'm not sure, but I just really like graphic and just colorful elements on the pages of my planner. And then I also will use them, the planner stickers, as like double duty, and I'll use them in creative journaling, or in just kind of like practical application sort of scrapbooking. I'm not in any way, shape, or form very confident when it comes to paper crafting, and what I mean by that is I mean more classic sort of scrapbook sort of things. But these are just from Me and My Big Ideas, I think, and these are all kind of cooking and chef related, and that's just because I'm married to a chef, so a great deal of what goes on in my life has to do with food and eating, and just like my husband, who is a chef, so that's why I have like chefs and like cooking sorts of stickers. So definitely one of, I don't want to say like the essentials, but something that I really enjoy using is stickers, and specifically motivational stickers, and then stickers that are kind of themed for what I ever might have going on in my life. So that's one thing. Another thing, and this is going to look really bad because these are all kind of crinkled and weird, I love creative weekend banners. So here is another example of weekend banners, and I believe I've talked about these before, but these are from an Etsy shop, and like I said, that's curled. It looks really bad, but somehow it got like folded in, and my daughter sometimes uses these, so I really love using creative weekend banners. And these are from an Etsy shop by the name of Amelie Craft Planner, I think, and I will link that information in the description of this video. But who doesn't love the weekends? I mean, technically, because of the schedule that my husband keeps, and because of the fact that I work from home, weekends sometimes end up being like 2 double days in a row where we have off like in the middle of the week, so that kind of ends up being our weekend that is different from like most people's, excuse me, weekends. So there's that. So planner stickers, weekend banners, scrapbook, and motivational. Let's see here. 2 other things that are basically just kind of like store-bought sorts of things. I really love these planner kind of notebook kind of worksheets, and these are by a company by the name of Knock Knock LLC, and I found these at my local TJ Maxx, I think is where I found them, and I found them in the front part of the TJ Maxx, where the kind of the impulse buy stuff is, but I think that you can find these, you can also find these back in the stationery section of most any kind of Marshalls or Ross or TJ Maxx. And these are some of my favorite planning essentials. I like them because I like the color, and I like them just because they allow for some space to do forward planning and just some structure for forward planning. So when I say forward planning, I'm talking about things like planning ahead. Like if you don't want to write things down in your planner because that's, I don't want to say it's too commitment for you, but you want to do it in both a fashionable and a functional sort of a way using sticker sets, and you want your plans to look neat because it also, your planner also serves a little bit as like a memory planner a little bit, or just a way to archive the daily doings of your life, then forward planning is a great thing to do. And that's why something like this, this is like a weekly kind of a planning worksheet, works really nicely. So then you could essentially take one of these sheets and then put it inside of your planner, like on your pages, and just save it there, almost like it's a giant sticky note. This is the other kind of worksheet that I showed you, and I really like this one because it has boxes for today, tomorrow, weekend, maybe never, near future, and someday. So I think I've mentioned before that what I like to do when I think about planning is I like to think about it as like thinking on paper. And when your thoughts are kind of swirling around in your head and they're intangible, if you can give your thoughts, your emotions, just your plans, if you can give them tangible physical weight in the world, like get them out of your head, almost like a brain dump, it's amazing what doing planning, how adding structure to something that's otherwise formless and just like swirling around in your mind, how that can just help, I don't want to say with your productivity, but just with your understanding of how all the bits and pieces and the parts of your life kind of fit together, a little bit like a puzzle to make like the big picture of what you want your life to be, or how you want to move closer to goals and things. So that's in part why I really like planning, and that's why I kind of like things like this, just because they give just enough structure, but they're not overly structured because they're undated. So you can use them anytime that you need to. You can use them as a little bit of an extension or an addendum to whatever you're doing when it comes to your plans. Because I know that for my purposes, I do a lot on my planner pages. I scratch things out, I use different colors to do color coding, I highlight things, and I can easily make, I guess you could say, like a mess of my planner pages at any given time. And so if and when excuse me, plans change, it's always nice to have a little bit of a bit of just like a place of overflow, so that you can just, like I said, do kind of addendums to the plans that you have made previously. So there is that. Something else I like to use that I just mentioned, I really love using highlighters. And these are highlighters that I just picked up from Staples. And these are orange, green, bright yellow, and blue. And I do have pink somewhere, but I think that my daughter was using it, so I don't have it here in this set. But I really like the wider kind of barrels of highlighters, just because ergonomically they just work better for me. They also actually work better for my daughter. So if you recall ever at the kindergarten or preschool age how the kids write with like fat pencils and fat crayons, it actually helps with fine motor skills for individuals who struggle with things like handwriting and things, that like just the wider the barrel of the writing utensil, the easier it is for them to just manage. And I know for me, I have pretty bad handwriting. I try not to stress out too much about it, just because I just kind of feel like it's far more advantageous for me and far more I guess productive for me to just get my planning down on paper than worry about how it looks, just because usually I can read them, like the plans that I make. So so that was a little off course, but highlighters. So I really enjoy using highlighters. I really like retractable pens more than any other types of pens, because I lose pen caps all the time, and I don't know what my problem is, but I just do. So I used to use Sharpie brand highlighter that was retractable, and then it just turned out that they were just drying out too fast, so I just gave up on those, and now I use ones with caps. So, and my favorite highlighter to actually use, the favorite color, is orange. Orange or green. Not sure why that is, it's just those are my two favorites. So there's that. As far as pens go, I really like the what are they called? The Inkjoy, the gel ones in 0.7 diameter. I really like those. I really like Pilot G2s. There's another type of pen, this is called 4A, and I don't know, this is kind of like a gel ink. This is a medium point, but this is comparable to the Pilot G2. And I got these last year at the beginning of the school year from Office Depot. So that's the, competing big box store to Staples. And I love pen cases. And one of my favorite types of pen cases to carry is a pen roll. And I showed this actually in one of my videos. This is a pen roll that I got from, I think I got it from Staples on clearance, and I think I got it for $1.50. It was from Teen Vogue or something, or here we go. Yeah, it says Teen Vogue on it. It's like just kind of a brand partnership that they did. And it has this flap that folds down, and then it rolls up like this, and then it snaps. And this is nylon on the outside. You can see it's really kind of grimy and dirty and very well loved. And it's because for the longest time, this is what I was just carrying all of my pens in. I have a lot more pens. I have art pens. I have all different types of drawing and writing utensils. But I really love pen rolls, and I specifically like this that has the flap that kind of comes down and covers the top of them. And then you roll it up and then you snap it. And there are all different places that you can get pen rolls from. You can just look up on Amazon pen roll and you will find all different types. So there are some pens that I enjoy, and I have, like I said, I have all different colors, and most of the time I try to get just retractable pens. Retractable pens are my absolute favorite. Regardless of the brand, I always will gravitate towards retractable pens, simply because I have the issue of losing pen caps all the time, seemingly. Another thing I enjoy, washi tape, but who doesn't enjoy washi tape? These are some of my current favorites. You know, I love gold foil, as so many people love just metallic foil, but I specifically love like the yellow gold foil. So this is some hot pink with pineapples. Here's some like vine washi tape. This is all from Michaels. This, it looks a little bit like an antique kind of a lace storybook, kind of black and white. And then here's road washi tape, and these were all, like I said, from Michaels. And I really like these because I like to do creative journaling. I do something called Pineapple Moments, where I just will kind of write about moments I had in my week where I kind of felt a little bit triumphant, as a way to just, I don't know, not like be too hard on myself if I've had like a hard week. And I've shared some of my art journaling pages where I use a lot of washi tape, and I use planner stickers and quote stickers and things, like picture stickers, I guess you could say, like full box ones. I've shared those on my Instagram, and all my contact information for that is in the description bar below. Oh, and by the way, like if you didn't catch my yesterday's daily video, this right here is not a real tattoo. It's like a faux kind of tattoo, and I did a whole tutorial on this on my in one of my daily videos actually some time ago, and I will link that in the description of this video. And it was just kind of going in the way of this idea called think before you ink, just because I'm seriously thinking about getting a tattoo, but like a much larger, kind of more involved one, and I've been thinking about it for 3 years, and it just, things like this, really anything, I just usually take my time when it comes to making decisions, and especially when it comes to permanently marking myself. And I have other tattoos, but I like to, I've done design work for people's tattoos. Like, I consider it to be custom artwork, so if I'm gonna be permanently kind of like inking, kind of staining, marking myself, then I want to make sure that the design and the size of it and everything is absolutely everything that I want it to be. And I also put a great deal into trying to do consults with tattoo artists to make sure that their work is, and their skill level is something that is compatible with the type of artwork that I want to kind of permanently kind of ink myself with. So totally off course, but I like washi tape, so there. Something else. Planner stickers. I've mentioned this before. This is the Traveler sticker book, and this was designed by my good friend Planning Love, and this was my very first Traveler sticker book from her. And there are a ton of icon labels, and then there are a ton of like kind of action arrow, almost like page flag. And then here's some fountain pens. And the great thing about this little kind of Traveler sticker book is, see how flat it is? There are a lot of stickers in there, and they are matte vinyl. And this is just a handy dandy little sticker book to just kind of pop into your planner, which this is my planner, and I've shown this before, and I'll show this just like really quickly. But I love this sticker. I really like using planner stickers as a way to color code and just visually communicate things that I might have with regard to my plans. Using planner stickers, especially ones that look all similar in design, it's called universal language. as it has to do with educational design and in the world of just project management and planning. So that's another thing. I love the Traveler sticker book, and I have a coupon code for that for Planning Love. It is a higher coupon code, meaning like it's like a higher value coupon code than what she shares on her Instagram. So I'll share that information in the link or in the description of this video. Here's another thing, and I've shared this all the time. I love planner clips, which you see kind of at the top there, and I made those. And then this is my on-the-go wallet planner. A lot of people like to use the Kate Spade Agenda, but I really like this. This is a Filofax Austerley. It was retired a number of years ago. This is personal compact size, meaning it's a little bit smaller, a little more concise than your average personal size planner or KikK Medium. It's really thin. It's just the general shape and dimensions, more like a long wallet than it being a planner, which is a little bit more kind of square. And it's not that heavy, and I can usually carry around about a month and a half to 2 weeks worth of weekly inserts in this, in addition to the monthly planning inserts that I sell. So dashboards, that's another thing that I just like can't really live without. I love dashboards, and I like the dashboards that kind of pop in and out. I really love clear dashboards. Specifically, this is a clear dashboard that I made. I just took a laminate sheet, I laminated it on itself, and then I just punched holes in it, and then I made it so that I could kind of pop it in and out of my planner there. Sorry about that light there. The other thing that I can't really live without, and this is such a dirty, kind of grimy, well-loved pen, but this is a ballpoint pen. I really like ballpoint pens. This is one of my favorites, and you can see. Sorry, this is kind of awkward. I'll do it this way. It has a white enamel barrel, and then it has rose gold detailing, and it is by a company by the name of U Brands, and they sold some pens and stationery stuff in Target for a while. They might be selling some stuff again in Target, but they're like flower pens or something. But I really like the company, and you can buy direct from them. The ink cartridge has been lasting for a long time. You can't replace the ink cartridge, but the pen is just weighted really nicely. Here's what it looks like a little more to see the ink stains and everything. This is a very well-loved pen. I just love using this pen. And they were on clearance some time ago, but they're just really great pens. And I usually always carry with me, and I don't have it in here because I took it out, but I usually always carry with me a black ink pen and a blue ink pen. And the reason why I usually carry black and blue is because on occasion for my work doing like victims advocacy stuff, and sometimes I work with attorneys and I work with like medical directors and just all like case managers and things, in terms of you signing any legal documents, it's actually always a really good idea to have a blue ink pen. I like black ink. I would consider myself to be like kind of team black ink, but when it comes to legal documents, for whatever reason, and I've talked to a number of attorneys about this, they've always said that they've always advised their clients to carry with them a blue ink pen, because then when you sign your name, or if you write like especially neatly, it's a little bit easier to decipher your writing or just the marks that you make on a page that might be just black ink typed on white paper. Blue ink, your signature and everything, it's just easier to kind of pick up on and find when you're looking through legal documentation, just to see if you miss signing here or there or just wherever. So that's another kind of a tip. Always carry with you a blue ink and a black ink pen. Another thing, I love sticky notes from Target. So here's some examples of like sticky notes from Target. This is just a Mombi, me and my big ideas, the Happy Planner, and these are very well loved. You can see I kind of used up all of those, but my favorite sticky notes to use are the ones from the Happy Planner, me and my big ideas. They have not quite full adhesive on the back, but almost. Full adhesive sticky notes are really awesome. And the Mombi brand, the Happy Planner ones, I feel like are always really inventive and really stylish and very fresh and trendy. So, and they're also a really good price point, just kind of like for the size and kind of the set of what you get. And this is, I can't remember what release this was. I think this was like 2 seasons ago, but you can snap this into your Happy Planner. I just washied the inner edge right there, just to reinforce it. and then I punched it so that I could use it in my A5 planner, which I don't use an A5 planner anymore, but I do still have them. I have binders, and let me just show you my favorite A5 binder to use. And I always mess up the name on this, but it's by a company called Studio Calico, which is, I think, it's a paper crafting, and they've kind of gotten more into creative planning, but this is the A5 binder that I much prefer to use. And it has a band right here. And then it's like made of like a vegan leather, I guess you could say, like a poly leather. And let me see if I can open this up. So here's the outside of it without the band. And let me just open it up so that I can show you just a little bit of the interior here. And this is really a workhorse sort of a planner for me. Oh, here's another example of the U brand pen that's not so inked up and stained up. But it has one pen loop in it, and then I have other pens in it. And the reason why I really like this A5 binder, and I even have just some example planner pages a little bit. This is a sticker set from the name of a person named the Coffee Monster Co. And I did this as a little bit of an example for some people that I sometimes work with when it comes to doing planning. And I wanted to just show them more creative ways of doing like planning and also doing color coding, because that's an example of color coding in a more self-expressive sort of artistic way. But these are Erin Condren pages, and also, I don't think I have the Happy Planner pages in here, but you don't actually have to, hack the dimensions of an Erin Condren page or a Happy Planner size page. Here's another example, because this binder right here, this is an extra wide A5 binder, and that's part of the reason why I really, really like it. I think the only A5 binder other than this that really accommodates Erin Condren size or the Happy Planner size, if you want to use a 6-ring binder instead of having it on the art discs or on a spiral bound kind of way, the way that Erin Condren does it, is this, the Studio Calico one, or the Carpe Diem A5 binder. Those are the only two that I know of that pretty comfortably will accommodate that wider page size that is the Erin Condren or the Happy Planner size, without you having to do too much customization and resizing of the pages, and you like losing kind of the inner gutter and having to punch into the boxes. So that's my favorite A5 size binder, and I will try and link that information in the down bar of this video. My favorite flat books, I guess you could say, or just like staple bound books. These are not staple bound, these are sewn bound. I actually know how to make my own planner inserts. So here's an example of just staple bound books that I loved. Lined notebooks. I use them for journaling, creative journaling. I use them for brain dumps. I mean, I use them for all different things, but I know how to make my own, and I have equipment to design and make my own booklets. Here's another one that I've done. And what I'll do is I'll just go to the to Michael's, or I'll order off of scrapbook.com, and I'll get scrapbook paper, cardstock weight kind of scrapbook paper that's decorative, and I'll just make my own inserts, and it's really fun to do. But I also really like using from a company called May Designs, and here's an example of a May Designs book. Here's another one, and I bought these when they were on super clearance or just super pricing. I don't know when ago. It was maybe, I don't even know when. They might be running a sale now, like a Christmas in July sale, but they have really, really nice covers, and you can customize the outside by putting your monogram on the outside or your name, and then you can pick kind of the inner kind of guts of the planner. This is a daily planner or daily agenda that I think is also kind of nice. This is also kind of nice to use just for journaling and things, just for a little bit of like a daily download or like a brain dump. And then this one is a May Designs book that I got for my daughter in the hopes that she would want to do this with me. That's a calligraphy, like a hand lettering book. And it actually does kind of walk you through how you go through doing hand lettering marks and things. And I'm not classically trained in calligraphy or hand lettering, which is part of the reason why I got that book. Usually if you want to learn something, you can get a book about it and read it or watch a YouTube video. So that's why I got that. So another one of my favorite things to use is planner stamps, and I've done a number of videos about that. I'm not that great at planner stamping, but I'm working on it. Like, I'm practicing, and I think that just from the practice that I've done, I've gotten immensely better. But this is a set from my very favorite company called Sweet Stamp Shop, and when you shop with them, you can get kind of rewards to add on to future purchases, and I think that they're really, really good prices for what they are. They're like original illustrations. The customer service is really fantastic. I think that the company itself is really amazing. They have this awesome Facebook group called Sweet Stamp Shop Fan Club. They do really cool tutorial videos, and they don't do stamps just for planners. They do a great deal more for just paper crafting and cards and things. So this is from Sweet Stamp Shop, but this is like a clear sticker set that I've noticed that there have been just an emergence of like more people doing planner stamps, so I think that's really neat. And stamping not on the wood block is a lot easier than stamping with like the wood block mount, because you get one of these and then you get like a clear acrylic block that you will adhere these to their static cling, and then that allows you to look through the block and align the stamp against whatever it is that you're trying to stamp on, like whatever piece of paper. This is my current favorite kind of travel planner bag. This is the Mombi, the Happy Planner 365 planner kind of accessories bag. Oops, I just dropped some Staedtler pens. I don't have anything in this just because I just use this kind of for like travel purposes, or just for like, yeah, I guess like travel purposes. And since I don't go to a day job anymore and I just work from home, I don't have a need to like port things to and from work. I also will use it for art supplies and things, or I'll use it for Planner Girl meetups. It's a really great bag. They sell it online at the Happy Planner, the Mombi website, as much as they sell it in Hobby Lobby, and you can use your 40%, 50% off coupon. So that's another great bonus about something like this. Something that's comparable to this would be the Orla Kylie Weekender bag that's sold at Target. And it was kind of popularized, like kind of put on the map as being a little bit of a planner bag like 2 or 3 years ago by another kind of planner girl, Jen Ross of Pretty Neat Living. Like, she kind of talked about the Orla Kylie Weekender bag, and then that design of just like, it's actually supposed to be a little bit of like a cosmetics bag, and that design just like caught on, so now more companies are doing designs like that specifically for crafting, which I think is really cool. So I mean, it's a great design for like a bag. It's like double decker, you can see, and then there's all sorts of pockets and things that you can put like all the things that you need. So there's that. Let's see here. Another sort of essential that I kind of feel like is important is having a journal. I have shared my Fauxdori setups. This is Fauxdori means it's this design, the Travelers Notebook. It was popularized by a company called Midori, which is a Japanese stationery company. And when you say Fauxdori, it just basically, like the term Dory, it's a little bit of a nickname that's a spinoff of Midori, M-I-D-O-R-I. And Fauxdori is kind of like the fake version of a Midori, faux, F-A-U-X, Fauxdori. So that's what that term means if you hear it. And there's a lot of styles of Traveler's Notebook kind of covers out there. I am a huge fan of Mylkshoppe Sweet Dory Fauxdoris, and they're all leather and then they're hand stitched. This is a little bit of like, I think this is like a personal size. It's not quite a passport size, it's a little bit bigger. And then I just make my own inserts, and there's a planner clip on top that I made for myself. But I will link the shop name, Mylkshoppe, in the description of this video. And I just really like kind of funkier sort of Traveler's Notebook covers. And I also like the snap closure. And this has a pen loop, and it also has a pocket in the back. And then, like I said, I make my own flap books, my own inserts, and I did a whole DIY on that, and I'll try and link that video in the down bar of this if you want to make your own Traveler's Notebook inserts. It's really easy. So this is one of my Travelers Notebook covers. I have another one that's an A5 size that I use a lot more, and this is more for just like notes on the go or even just like smaller sort of art journaling things. I really like disc bound, and I really like Arc brand from Staples. This is like an all leather kind of a cover that snaps on and off, and I use this as, like other people use binders, and I much prefer using Arc bound. That this is about the same size as a half sheet binder, and I have been an Arc fan for a really long time, and I just much prefer doing Arc bound stuff. So this is like my sticker binder. And my favorite paper punch to do with Arc bound is this one, this big giant kind of $45 Staples brand. And I have a lot of Arc books, Arc notebooks, Arc products. Here's a legal size, or I'm sorry, not legal size, letter size. This is the Martha Stewart kind of line from Staples that I have my large happy planner in. And I think I've shared this before, so, but here's like my large kind of happy planner. And I just really, really like the design of the Arc disc, or Levenger is another way to familiarize with it. They have their whole line of just like disc bound called Circa, and I really like Circa discs, but they're really, really expensive. They're really beautiful, and I only have like 2 sets of those, but I love Arc, and this is awesome. It punches through laminate. It works for all different sizes because it's a letter size punch, and it's just like a really solid thing. And it is an investment, but I offset it using rebates or like cash back, because what I'll take is I'll take printer cartridges and I'll turn them into Staples, and then they give you cash back for that sort of thing. So I just kind of waited and built up the rebates, and that really offset the price. So, and then I think I even had a coupon too, so that's a great way to offset the price of like one of those paper punches. Another paper punch, a hole punch, just because I do have the 6-ring. This is the Rapesco 6-ring for personal size or medium Kiki K 6-ring punch. And I have the other paper punch that is adjustable for A5 size, only because I have an A5 size planner. But the first paper punch that I got was this one right here, and I honestly really like this one better than I like the adjustable one. The adjustable one, for whatever reason, because it is adjustable, so it slides for the different sizes, but like mine, I don't know why, if my daughter will like secretly kind of like slide it because it's kind of fun to slide it, but never fails. I will always go and punch my pages and then mess them up, and they won't fit in the binder because the little thing will have slid and will be the wrong size. It will like punch, it will like mispunch. So this, where it doesn't slide around on me, I never have that issue, which is part of the reason why I like this paper punch. And I think this is like $10 or $12, while the other paper punch, which is right here, this one, and this has the sliding ones, this is like $20, $25 or something, and you can see the Japanese writing on the top. I think that's Japanese, I'm not sure. But I mean, it's great if you have an A5 size planner or personal size, but I also saw that Michaels came out with their own paper punch in the Recollections line, so that one might be another one worth trying if you don't want to buy the one off of Amazon. So, let's see here. There's this, the gyro cut, which this is a great way for you to do hand kiss cutting on printables and things. And I've done a number of videos on using this gyro cut tool, and I will link those in the description of this video. I've never really been into scrapbooking and things, but I really like printing off pictures and having them, just because I used to do professional photography, food photography, wedding photography, event photography, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, people don't print out pictures nearly as much as I always feel like they should. Like, they'll leave them in digital form, and thousands of dollars sometimes what people pay for custom photography. That's a lot of money to not print off pictures. So I always encourage people to print off pictures, and I try and print them off myself. And this is something that I kind of came up with, talked about. I'm calling it the well-to-do book. And it's it's kind of multi-layered what the purpose is, but it does have to do with like planning and scrapbooking. And I'm using planner stickers and washi tape, and then I'm also using something else that now I can't find it. Here it is. I'll pull this out next. But what I'm doing is I'm printing off pictures like and making them into stickers, and then I'm using this as a little bit of like a memory keeper for my family. So there's like something different in the beginning part, but I'm using scrapbook stickers and planner stickers and then just writing things, and this is a handmade book, and I shared this before. And I think that part of doing planning is also documenting kind of the memories that you make while you carry out your plans. So while some people might argue that this is, why is this an essential? I think that this is an essential. I think like having a little bit of like a scrapbook or just like a way to archive what you did with your plans, I think that that's kind of essential. It's kind of like a favorite thing for me. And I have a handmade book, but you don't have to have a handmade book. You can just go get a scrapbook kit if you want to from Michael's. But so that's another one of my favorite things to use and to have, is like a way to kind of document the things that you do with your plans. So there's that. I do think that a journal is important, and I don't have my journal that I use regularly, but journaling, I think, is a great tool, is a great thing to have alongside whatever you do for your planning, because journaling, it allows you to kind of, it's cathartic, it allows you to kind of like filter things out so that you can focus on whatever you want of your plan. So I think that's important. And this is the last thing I'm going to show you, just because it's the most expensive, and I feel like it's the least, I don't want to say it's the least essential, it's definitely a luxury. I got this as a gift. This is the Polaroid Zinc printer, and it has Bluetooth technology, and this allows you to print on sticker paper. Basically, this is what it looks like. One side is adhesive, and it allows you to print using, I guess you could say, Polaroid technology, where it's actually a thermal paper with crystals in it. And this is totally like science, technology, nerdy stuff, but it has crystals in it. And then what happens is you take the picture on your phone or whatever Bluetooth technology you have, and then you hook up to this with an app, and then it sends the image with Bluetooth technology through, and then this Polaroid thing, it makes, it like projects the image onto the color crystal paper, and then it heats up. It's like a thermal kind of activation, and then that's what ends up printing your picture. So it's zero ink. That's why they call it the Zinc printer, zero ink. It's a zero ink printer. So printer ink, color printer ink especially, is really expensive. So this is a great way to print off pictures on the go, to do for scrapbooking. And I think that there's another one out there called the Selfie by Canon, and I'm just not as familiar with that. I just have had this, and this is a case that it's actually a case for like a portable hard drive, and I think it was like $2 or $3 on Amazon. So that's the only other kind of favorite thing that I can share with you of planning tools and supplies and things that I have really enjoyed using. So and then my MacBook, which I use for design work, for designing my own inserts, but I wasn't going to show you that because it's pretty standard, or I mean, it's like whatever laptop or just computer technology that you have. So that's it for just my very favorite planning tools and items and things. So that's it. Oh, I forgot one thing. Scissors. Scissors are a great thing to have for planning, and I usually always have like a smaller pair of scissors for detailed and smaller cuts. Like the smaller, more detailed the cut, the smaller your scissors should be, and that's a little bit of like art teacher kind of design fabrication knowledge. And then the larger cuts, like long straight ones, you want to have like very long and straight kind of scissors, because it's harder to cut straight the shorter your scissors. You have to do like more motions, and again, that's like art teacher, art education sort of fabrication knowledge. So okay, so that's it for this video. It was really long. I've been watching the count, so I hope I can even like process and save this. So I'm just gonna cut this short. Thanks so much for giving me so much of your time today. I hope that this was informative for you. Please leave comments about like your favorite kind of planner things in the comments below. I've had some awesome interactions lately in the comments where people have given me some great suggestions and like totally and completely taught me new things. And honestly, that's been one of my favorite things about interacting with people in the comments, me learning other things that I didn't know about, because I'm by no means an expert, or I don't consider myself even all that great at planning. It's something that I feel like is a bit of a work in progress, just like I feel like I am like a work or works in progress. So I've just been really enjoying participating here on YouTube and just with the planner community at large, and then just kind of celebrating our interests in planning, planners, stationery, kind of nerding out. So I hope you have enjoyed it as well. I'm not going to take any more time today since this has been such an extra long video, so that's it for this one. Thank you so much for giving me so much of your time today, hanging out with me here online. I'll see you in tomorrow's daily video. Bye!